Alright guys, welcome back to episode 2 of the Greenfield mower. So a little bit of an update for you. As I mentioned in the last video, this ignition coil I reckoned was broken. I don't know if you can see here, but it rusted through. So what I tried to do is I tried to solder it. Obviously it was perished. So I went and got a new one that's just arrived. I'll show you that. I forgot my engine number, but as I said, this was $35. This is gonna sit right about here. Just got to put some space between it so it's not rubbing on the magnets. Obviously your spark line. I might actually steal this rubber boot from the old one just so I'm not getting any water in here when it does run. We're going to mount this puppy up. Hopefully we have spark, I've got fuel, and then we can get it running. Obviously jump start it off the Subaru again, get it running, and then hopefully we can take it for a drive properly this time. Things that I missed: I forgot to put my ground wire back on, which is my ignition, so I can actually stop it. Another thing I forgot was, see it says cylinder side, this should be facing down. So I just cranked it over, obviously nothing happened, no spark. So just going to flip this, add that ground on properly, and then let's try again. Alrighty, so when I was waiting for that new ignition coil to come, what I basically did is I took off the cutting deck, took everything apart, basically used some rust converter, which is pretty good. And then what I used is some black metal paint. Obviously it's quite pitted where it's rusted for a little bit. I haven't replaced the bolts, I'm not sure if I will. But yeah, all of this has been rust converted, painted, treated. I'll just show you underneath. So it was really rusty under here. As I said, rust converter has done absolute wonders. I probably won't paint in here, as long as it's treated and good to go. But yeah, so cutting deck's looking good. Next step is we're gonna put this on the mower, and then get it running and we'll cut some grass. I basically just put back the engine cover, put back this front fascia again. I've also connected up the cutting deck down here. Obviously that's all restored, so it makes the rest of it look pretty naff. It's pretty clever, so it just links on with a chain here, and then this is your grass height. And then also around here you've got this cutter in, cutter out, which is like a spring-loaded clutch. So yeah, we're just going to give it a start again. Now she's all back together. I kept sliding around, so I'm just going to grab a nut for in here quickly, and then we will cut some grass. Alrighty guys, so another day in the shed. Just took it for a drive, it's all running good. Popped that steering wheel off, and then I'm just starting to take off all the fascia. So they're all over here. I am sick and tired of this yellow paint flaking. It's all over my hands, my clothes, the floor. So the mission, I think, is going to be get these all sanded down and painted. I'm going to completely strip this back. So I'm just about to drop the cutting deck off now. Once that's off, hopefully, I'm hoping I can pull out the engine. So I'll just have the frame, and then what I can do then is take it for a pressure wash, get all that dust and grime off, a good degrease, and then start taking off the other parts. I have to take the driveline back off again, which will be annoying, but it's kind of worth it. Take it all apart, rust proof it, sand it, paint it. Should be looking good as new. All right guys, so just got the engine mount bolts out. There's only 3 of them. I was actually missing one. And good news, she's nice and free. So just got to unbolt these electrics here. I don't know if you can see the 2 bolts there. Just got to unbolt them. So the electrics are unbolted from the bulkhead. Pretty lucky that that's all the electrics, so that can just stay with the engine. And then there's nothing else I can see that's holding this puppy in, apart from I just have to disconnect the belt from under here. I'll probably show you actually. Gotta disconnect that drive belt. So I probably have to make some tension on this puppy, or release some tension on this puppy. Oh, hang on. Oh, it's probably got enough slack in actually. I can just pop that off under here, and then yeah, let's pull the engine. Pretty much down to like a bare frame now. So I'm just gonna get the pressure washer. Just gonna give this a really good clean. I'm probably gonna pop off a couple of belts, stop them going loose. But yeah, it's all coming apart. Chassis out here. Just use the Canada greaser. Try to get all this horrible mucky stuff off. Under here is actually looking pretty clean. I think the grease has probably protected it. It's mainly just the top, I think, where it sat in the rain. So I've got the pressure washer here. I'm just going to give it a really good blast and try to get as much debris and gunk out of this thing as I possibly can. And then I'll see if I need to take any more stuff off. Yeah, it's looking good so far. Tried to pressure wash all this stuff. It just shot yellow flecks of paint absolutely everywhere. As you can see, I'm covered in them. So I'll probably get some paint stripper for that. And then I do actually have some filler as well, automotive filler. So I'll get it back to as good as I can, fill in any cracks and dents, and then sand it all back again, give it a really good lick of paint. It was actually relatively easy to take apart to where I am now. Probably only took me about 45 minutes to an hour, I want to say. But yeah, she's all apart, and then I'm just going to continue to take parts off the frame and then start rust proofing and painting. But yeah, so I was running and driving today. It's pretty interesting to see it all in 1,000 pieces, no more than half an hour after I was just driving it around the garden. So yeah, the rebuild continues. Hard to see, but I've continued to take it all apart. Most of the top layers off, just flipped it over. Obviously did a terrible job cleaning because it's still all muddy. Gonna start taking these linkages off. I'll get that drive off last. Probably gonna take these off as well, just so I can get in here and give it a really good paint.